Hello everyone, this is Minoxen coming to you with another high-definition commentary of Heroes of Newerth. This time I'm bringing you a replay that's basically a 1800 plus banning pick. I was digging around in some of the MSI players' replays and managed to find this one. I don't know how it turns out or anything. It looked like it was an okay game as far as just a quick glance. I didn't want to get anything that got out of hand. But, oh, man, I started this a little too soon. But anyways, let's go ahead and get rolling through the bans. Engineer, Pandemonium, Kronos, Pharaoh, and Devour being banned. Nothing terribly out of the ordinary there, I wouldn't imagine. Maybe Devour and Pharaoh being kind of a little bit odd, you know. They're not always banned, you know, for that kind of thing. But yeah, I don't want to dwell on that, as we do have the game going now. We have Nymphora, which was followed by a Witchslayer and a Flint Beastwood, which was followed by Andromeda and Voodoo Jester, which was then followed by Soulstealer and Glacius, which was followed by Dr. Repulsor and Pestilence, which was ultimately finally finished up with Madan. As I was sitting there watching those, getting ready to go ahead and start my recording here, I gotta say I'm feeling a little bit worried for the Legion side here. As it does look like the Legion side... Oh, pause. That might help me out here. Get caught up. But, you know, the Legion side here is not really that heavy on any carries. You know, they've got Dr. Repulsor, which... I don't know what he's technically classified as. I would assume, like, semi-carry, kind of like a, you know, Defiler type things, you know, where he can become a major presence in the game. There's no doubt about that. But really, any follow-up besides that, you know, they got good initiation from Pestilence if he can get his portal key. Got some good support here. But you look over here at this Hellborn team, you're looking at Witchslayer, Flint Beastwood, Soulstealer, Glacius, and Madan. Maybe a little carry heavy almost, but I'm not sure what they're going to roll. They're probably going to roll Madan. No, what do we got? Wrong side. Okay, Glacius and Madan, and they are going to go ahead and tri-lane with Madan. That makes a lot of sense. Madan being a little broken right now, actually a lot of broken. He's probably going to go for that Blood Chalice as quickly as he can here to go ahead and start his Spine Burst spam. We see Soulstealer going against Nymphora middle. Actually, this is really nice because I don't usually get to see Nymphora get that solo that I always feel that she really does deserve, you know, for her to reach her full potential. She's usually stuck being a support, and that's all she's going to get. And Andromeda's got to be careful here. She's going to dance out, but she's getting looped around behind. She's not going to make it out of this. Madan's spines are going to take her down quite easily if it comes to that. And no, Witchslayer picking up the first blood on that. Not sure why. Maybe a little extra gold for some wards there. They do go ahead and throw down the counter ward here to prevent them from creep pulling. And really, this Madan is just going to be a very dominating factor in this bottom lane. He's going up against Pestilence and Voodoo Jester, and I just don't see them doing very well with this at all. Pestilence, you know, being melee that he is going to have to get up close, and you know every single time he gets closer, as soon as Madan gets that Blood Chalice at least, or some more mana regen, he's just going to be up there spamming that non-stop. Soulstealer, however, we got middle here, going pretty typical item build on that. He didn't go for the bottle pickup, which you see on a couple of these pro players. I can't recall who it is that makes it famous. Forgive me, please. But yeah, he's putting out the early harass on Nymphora. And Flint Beastwood getting to go solo by himself up here against Dr. Repulsor. Now, I think once level 6 is achieved here by Repulsor, he's going to have the easy advantage over Flint, as he'll just have that mobility factor. And bottom, we got something going down. Looks like Glacius taking quite a bit of damage there. Witchslayer getting caught off sides here. And now Madan just hoping he can get the Spine Bursts off. If he can go ahead and chase, I don't think he's going to be in any trouble here. Might as well just keep running at him, throwing those Spine Bursts down. Why did he back up? Even getting the slow from his teammate there. Really, I mean, you know, if you have watched any matches recently, and, you know, I've even played as Madan here recently since it's been discovered that he does have a bug, and, you know, granted, he probably does need something done to help beef him up a little bit. I'm not sure whether he deserves, you know, a buff, really, but the Spine Burst calculations and stuff as it is currently, yeah, totally out of whack, so he's a little bit imba, maybe a lot of bit imba, but he could have probably ran someone down there. He only had a few more Spine Bursts, as it does cost 35 mana. He would have had at least about 3 or 4 more, almost 4. left in him if he'd have gone ahead and kept charging down here, and those things start stacking up so quickly. Who do we have playing Madan here, actually? We have one of the other players here, one of the 1800 pluses. We've got Andromeda trying to run down Witchslayer, and the Witchslayer's going to go ahead and make it out of there just fine. We do have the bottle pickup from Soulstealer. He has been getting that farm going here pretty early, it looks like. Yes, he is 12 and 5. And also, looks like freshpro on the Dr. Repulsor is doing quite well for himself as well. On the opposite side of the coin, they're keeping down quite well the Flint Beastwood. Looks like Flint... Of course, Flint does have that initial disadvantage as far as... and looks like freshpro making a little bit of light at Rexi's attempts at Flint Beastwood there. But, you know, Flint does not have that great of starting damage. You know, he does have the duck boots there to try and increase it a little. But, you know, even with the 3 minor totems and the duck boots, he's still only doing 47 to 53 damage, making it very difficult to make a last hit on him, you know, by comparison to the Dr. Repulsor, who has 58 to 68 damage and is going to be able to deny at an earlier stage in the creep's life, and is just able to, you know, keep that going all the better. And so far, it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of much of anything going on. We do have, you know, Andromeda picked up a kill there, and she was also the one that died, and it looks like they traded off, actually. 1 and 1 for Witchslayer and 1 and 1 for Andromeda. So, a balanced game so far. I'm still going to be leaning it heavily into the Hellborn's favor just as far as picks go. Liking, you know, Soulstealer over an Amphora as far as, you know, end game. Soulstealer is going to be a much larger presence in team fights and just in general DPS than what an Amphora can manage. And yeah, Madan, same story, pretty well the same with Flint. So I really think that they're going to have to try and do something early this game, and I don't really know that they have the potential to make that advantage that they require here to go ahead and win this. But again, you know, this is not a tournament match, so maybe they're just trying out some different things. You know, they do have the armor debuff from Pestilence and a little bit of that early harass here with Madan running up. And, I mean, I don't know if Voodoo Jester, do you have... He does not have Cursed Ground. So, really, I think Madan could be playing a lot more aggressively here. I mean, they have the stun on Pestilence. They have the, you know, the trio of stuns here that they can land. But Madan is just so tanky, and if he runs up there and he manages... He doesn't have his Armordillo yet, but he's going to be able to probably pick up... maybe not after that nice bounce there. It did catch Madan twice, and now Madan's going to have to go ahead and back out of here. He's going to try and throw down some spikes as he runs out, but Glacius getting caught by the Comet and getting caught by the general DPS of that Voodoo Jester. Just going to go ahead and run him down. But yeah, Madan's not quite as tanky as he is typically, but it's still early, and he hasn't managed to farm up enough for his Blood Chalice yet. I'm assuming that's what he'll get first off if he gets the opportunity. Where's his gold at? 61 gold. He's got something, and he's running back to base to pick it up, so I'm not sure what that is. And we've got Soulstealer, has an Invis rune bottled. That will make for a painful circumstance for an Amphora, I'm sure, as he will probably get the jump here. Yes, he is going to go ahead and pop that Invis, and I think that he did make it down the ramp and everything without her seeing him, so she's playing a little cautious here. He's going to get off the Demon Hands. Oh, and there we go. I was wondering where that third one was at. He just needed a little bit more mana. He had to go ahead and pop another bottle charge, but got that off before the Volatile Pod exploded and took her down pretty swiftly. And now we have Dr. Repulsor level 6 as... Nope, Flint Beastwood still level 5, struggling a little bit up here anyhow. Let's see where his farm is at. freshpro's at 22 and 9 on Dr. Repulsor, and we're at 16 and 3 as Rexi with Flint Beastwood. And, you know, Flint's getting that extra damage built up now. He's slightly better than what he was earlier when I checked on him. He's got his Deadeye level 2 for the extra range potential there, and another kill going down onto Amphora. Soulstealer just getting built up here to where he's going to be an easy counter to Amphora. Sorry, I had to pause there as I was reading freshpro taunting his own teammate. as this is a good mixture here. We have Empire, like I said. We've got one member of Empire, we've got two members, and I think, do we just have the two, or did they go ahead and divide up forces? Nope, just two members of Empire, and a few members of MSI. We have freshpro, Nova, Rexi, and that's all of it for those guys. So, yeah, some definitely high-skilled players in this game, and I'm definitely interested to see how it pans out here. As, what do we have on Madan? He got his power supply. Don't know. Huh. Well, if you have not played Madan, Blood Chalice is definitely an item you want to pick up. Maybe they're just decided they're going to man it up this game, and they're not going to get Blood Chalice, but I really don't think that they're playing this Madan to the full extent of his capabilities here, because if you get that Blood Chalice, I mean, obviously, it's a little OP right now. Most likely going to be seeing a nerf on it here before too long, so if you get that Blood Chalice on Madan, you can just run up there and just, yeah, I mean, you have a decent amount of HP here. You have 758 HP. And granted, they don't have any healing on their side, but, you know, you can manage it. You just eat a Rune of Blight and pop that, and you've got 4 more Spine Bursts. So, the stacking on those spines right now is just ridiculous. And don't hear too many commentators actually speaking about it right now, but, oh, and we do have Initiation Middle here. Soulstealer getting caught really bad here. Got grabbed by Dr. Repulse, ate the Comet, ate the Nymphora Zeal, and, yeah, just went down pretty quick. And we have Glacius. Oh, he is going to go ahead and pick off poor Andromeda as she was trying to limp away. Unfortunately getting caught with the Tundra Blast. And do we see that? No, I don't. I really, you know, I don't know who Dimitri is. Probably someone that other people know of. I just haven't gotten to know him. He's not in a clan, so at least he's not a major player, I don't believe. But, yeah, it looks... I really think he could be much more effective with those Spine Bursts. I mean, you already see the damage stacking up here. He's got 2 charges on this, and then bam! His HP just drops down really far. There it goes again, and yeah, if you had a Blood Chalice right now, bam, you lose 150 HP, but you gain 150 mana, and you're automatically able to continue the Spine harass, and you just duck forward one little bit more and shoot him again. And then also, not really liking the Snotstorm level 2. A lot of the games that I've been seeing, you know, you want to max out Spine Burst, obviously, and then you want to get Armadillo, and Nymphora getting caught here, stuck at her tower. She's going to get surrounded on every side and go down. Looked like Witchslayer. Oh, Witchslayer's going to go ahead and get Andromeda here, too, possibly, after their little early rivalry. Soulstealer, though, being gutsy, going to pay for it, as he does die to the tower. Wasn't able to get enough HP from those bottles. Scandal playing a little aggressive, and now we have Dr. Repulsor coming in to finish off Witchslayer. A 2-for-3 exchange, as it looks like 2 of the carries for the Hellborn have gone down, and I just really not favoring the Madan play so far here. He's so easy to abuse. I don't know why they're not. But we are looking at... Let's look at the scores here, shall we? We have a 7-6 lead in favor of the Legion on the kills here so far. 2 of those kills being on Voodoo Jester, so Voodoo Jester's just rolling in the cash so far here, as he does have his Blood Chalice, so they're not just saying, hey, let's not be cheap and not get Blood Chalice. They are getting Blood Chalice, as we do see Voodoo Jester, who is one of the better people to get Blood Chalice on, picking it up there, and I'm sure using it to great effect, along with his Mojo level 3, and he did go ahead and pick up Cursed Ground up to level 2 here, so he's planning on becoming a little bit more of an issue in these team fights. As Madan, there's the Blood Chalice. I don't know why it took you so long to pick that up. You could have been being a much more effective harass early game here, and I mean, you know, my viewers may, you know, criticize me for it or whatever, but I really think that he could have gotten that Blood Chalice sooner. It is an overpowered item, granted, right now, but hey, it is in the game, and if other people are going to use it, you might as well. So, he's going to run up here, go ahead and try and use his spines to get a bit of a rundown. Not going to be able to catch him, though, as his teammates are lagging behind quite terribly. And now he's going to be initiated on. He does have the armor debuff on him, so that's going to hurt him quite a bit, and he's sitting right on that volatile pod, gets caught both directions with the Nymph Zeal. However, he is managing to run away here. Oh, and the damage reduction not going to be enough, as he does get auto-attacked, ultimately down. And, yeah, wow. I am just kind of